Back. Thank you all for your patience. We'll move on then to item C, which is the appointment of an individual to fill the town council vacancy 2022. Councillor Krigbaum.
Madam Mayor, I would like to move that the appointment go to Paul Watson.
I second that.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to appoint Paul Watson to fill this council vacancy. Is there further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. All opposed? Thank you. That carries unanimously.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Maisie did not.
Oh, did you? You voted no? I'm sorry. I couldn't see you. Okay. That's okay. By a vote of 4-1, we have appointed Paul Watson to fill the vacant council seat. Again, I would like to reiterate thank you to all of the candidates. And please look at all the other volunteer opportunities within the town, Planning and Zoning Commission, all the various nonprofits. I'm sure that someplace you will find where you're needed, and there will be an election for this seat coming up in 2022, so please keep that in mind. At this time, I would like to invite Judge Wiedmeyer to come up. Paul, come on up as well. Congratulations. We'll ask you to swear him in.
Hey, Judge. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm going to move you over just a little bit. Okay? That work? Okay. And Paul, if you would repeat after me, provided you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Good. I, Paul Watson,
I, Paul Watson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and defend them against all enemies,
and defend them against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of town council member
of town council member
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
Have we done this before?
No.
Thank you, Judge. Paul, you're welcome to take a seat up here with us. Councillor Buse, I'd like to ask you to rejoin us. Thank you all very much for your time tonight. We really do appreciate your sticking your neck out there for us.
I'd like to add my thanks to everybody. Great slate of people to choose from. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are then going to move along with our agenda to item D2. Information, discussion, and consider the grant application and resolution number 21-1569 for the Woodland Lake Park Bark Beetle and Mistletoe Mitigation Project. Matt Patterson, thank you for holding it up with us.
Good evening, Mayor and Vice Mayor and Council, and congratulations, Paul. And boy, wasn't that exciting. I mean, I've been here for 6 years now, and it's exciting to see that there's people really interested in our council. Right. So I thank you guys because you've helped me, and we've done major things in the last 6 years, and it's really cool to see that the community's that excited to have that position. So thank you, that people that are still here. So I look forward to working with you, Paul, too. The Western Bark Beetle Initiative grant, and I have to start by saying Melena and Catherine have done this whole thing, so bear with me. They really have taken the initiative of this and went down a path to get our Woodland Park taken care of. What this grant is to remove the infestation of bark beetle at Woodland Lake Park, the 90 acres, and also mitigate the mistletoe issue that we have at Woodland Lake Park. This grant is for $117,000, and 50% of it will be paid by the grant, and it's through the Arizona State Forestry Department and Fire Management. So I think that this is the right move for us at this point. I don't know how much of you know or been over to Woodland, but our bark beetle has kind of taken over a section of that area, and that comes from the drought. That's just something that happens with pine trees, and we'd like to try to get that taken care of as quickly as possible. Is there any questions?
Thank you. Are there any questions about this?
No questions, but thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We've been trying to get this for a long time.
So this is a 50% grant, and the balance of the match will come from the parks budget, I'm assuming?
It will. It'll come from capital transfers that we've got set aside for other capital stuff. So we'll have to pull from that and hold off on some sort of project.
Okay,
Don't know what that is at this point. So
but it's definitely well worth that sacrifice to take
yeah,
care of
I
this.
think that we can't let it go. I mean, the bark beetle, as soon as we're at the perfect time where they're not moving trees right now, so we want to try to get the trees out and get them ground up and hauled off before they start shifting to the next trees. So
Okay, thank you for all your hard work on this.
yeah, not a problem. Melina and Catherine really deserve the clap on this one.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Sure, I'll make that.
Vice Mayor?
I move to approve resolution number 21-1569, agreement between Western Bark Beetle Initiative Grant Program with Arizona Department of Fire and Forestry Management and the town of Pinetop-Lakeside.
Second?
Thank you, Councilor Snitzer. It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 21-1569. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Thank you. That carries unanimously. Moving on then to item D3, information, discussion, and consider resolution number 21-1570, accepting the emergency procurement contract between Canyon Creek Logging and the town of Pinetop-Lakeside. Matt, again.
Mayor and council, thank you. This is a contract between us and Canyon Creek Logging. Because the grant is an emergency grant, we basically have June to have the money spent. So I met with several logging companies, or contacted several logging companies here locally. I've gotten, Canyon Creek Logging was the one that actually showed up and gave us a price. And I plan to move forward. I would like to move forward with them if you see fit. They are charging us $900 an acre, which comes out to a total amount of $81,000. I know the grant's $117,000, but that'll leave us some money to hire some arborists to climb the trees that have mistletoe in them that we think we can save. So that's what the planned rest of that money is for, is to try to work on the mistletoe and save some of the trees that we want to try to save. They plan to start immediately because we have to have it completely done before June. So that's kind of the reason for my emergency procurement contract that I put together.
And just very briefly, how will this impact the citizens' use of the park? Will we be able to work around that as best we can?
Yeah, I plan on shutting down the park for the duration of the logging operation. Because we're bringing in such a big logging contractor, that means we're bringing in fairly significant size fellow bunchers and a large chipping machine to chip it and load it into semis. And so the safety of the public is, I can't ensure that with that type of equipment on this small acreage. So Tommy is aware of that and knows that time is of the essence. So when I first originally talked to him, he thought that anywhere between a week to 3 weeks, he'd be completely done and out of there. As soon as we get this signed, then we'll go down that path and try to get a timing lined up as well.
That doesn't seem too bad, actually.
No.
Okay, any other questions or comments for Matt? A motion?
Well, I think I have a comment. Maybe it goes when we have discussion. Could I make the motion, please?
Go right ahead, Councilor Krigbaum.
I move to approve Resolution Number 21-1570, accepting the emergency procurement contract between Canyon Creek Logging and the town of Pinetop-Lakeside.
I'd second that.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 21-1570. Is there further discussion?
I would like to say that I have been going to meetings of the Natural Resources Working Group for probably 8, maybe 10 years, and Tom Hole has been at a lot of those meetings. He's very well known in the forest industries. I think he does an excellent job. I see his trucks going by all the time. So I think we are very fortunate that he's the one who was available to do this contract. So I'm really pleased.
Thank you, Councilor Krigbaugh. Anything else? Then all those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Thank you. That carries unanimously. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Please tell Melina and Catherine thank you as well.
Will do.
Item D4 is a public hearing and consider ordinance number 21-438, amending the official zoning map of the town to rezone APN 212-01-036B, totaling 20 acres, located at 6385 West White Mountain Boulevard, Lakeside, Arizona, Section 16, Township 9 North, Range 22 East, Parcel B, Navajo County, from open space to CR, commercial recreation zoning. Unfortunately, Cody Blake is not going to be able to be with us tonight, so I will turn this over to Keith. And I know the applicant's not quite here yet, but we can probably give some initial conversation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. As Mayor Irwin mentioned, we'd like to excuse Cody tonight. He had a chainsaw accident at home. He had surgery last week, and then, or let's see, was it this week? Well, he recently had surgery, and then suddenly developed pneumonia, and they found that out today, and so he's not able to be with us tonight. So we're keeping him in our prayers for a speedy recovery. And despite all this, he's still conducting inspections by FaceTime and answering calls. So we appreciate his efforts in spite of everything that he's going through right now. So before you tonight, the White Mountain Development Foundation and the Brimhall Family Foundation has applied to change the current zoning of Camp Grace. As you know, they were a part of the Camp Tatahe land purchase and transfer. And Jennifer Brimhall picked up the Camp Grace property, which is 20 acres, shortly after that. That property, she asked for it to remain as open space. Now, when it came into the town and into private ownership, then it was grandfathered in for its land use. And they need to expand their facilities, and so under that grandfathering, they can't do that also because the zoning doesn't allow the changes that they would like to make. So the commercial recreational zoning district is about as close as we can come with the zoning that we have in the town. At some point, we will make some changes either to this one to include camps. That's why I say we don't have a zoning that specifically addresses camps. This is about as close as we can get, and she liked that idea. Let's see. We have included in your packet a draft copy of the Planning and Zoning minutes so that you could see what the discussion was with the Planning and Zoning Commission. And does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Councilor Krigbaum?
I would like to report that I did go to that planning and zoning meeting, and it seemed that what's reflected in the minutes is very true of what happened at that meeting. The people seem to be very in favor of the situation changing to that zoning for her, and she was very supportive in promoting the camp as a historic and as a forever thing. I'm sure, you can't think that things are going to last forever, but it was very positive.
Thank you, Councilor Craigbaum. Okay, this is a public hearing. Tony, I know you're monitoring Facebook. Do we have anybody that wants to address us tonight?
No, Mayor, we have no comments.
Okay, anybody that's here have any input? Keith, are we still expecting Jennifer to arrive?
Well, I spoke to her yesterday and told her I would text her when we came out of the executive session, but she has not answered my text. So.
Okay. Then I will declare the public hearing closed, and we can continue on with our Vice Mayor.
Ready for a motion?
Is there any further discussion before we go right ahead then?
I move to approve ordinance number 20-438 and approve the zone change request on APN 212-01-036B located at 6385 West White Mountain Boulevard, Lakeside, Arizona, 85929, from open space/park zoning to C-R commercial recreational zoning.
Thank you. I believe that is ordinance 21-438. We have a conflict in our paperwork. 21? It's 21. 21, okay.
It's 21 I'll correct that to 21-438.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councilor Craigbaum. Further discussion? It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 21-438. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Thank you. That carries unanimously. Keith, I believe you had one brief announcement before we adjourn our meeting tonight.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I do. Let's see, maybe a couple other things.
Okay.
I'd like to wish Councilor Hastings happy birthday this week.
Oh.
Yeah, congratulations. Also, I'd like to thank all of our staff for the work that they did in helping to put together tonight's meeting. I really appreciate everybody's input and to helping to make this a successful night tonight. The one thing I did want to bring up is you probably saw the email, but we have our budget calendar was sent out this week. And so February 24th, we will have from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock a council work session for setting goals and budget planning, and it'll be a public meeting here in this room. So that's the main thing. And then so this process starts again.
Seems like we just finished it. Anyway.
Yep.
Okay. There being no further business before the council tonight, we are adjourned. Thank you all.